Hey, what's up guys? Drip Drop here, and today we're going to be ranking almost every Punch-Out fight from the Punch-Out series. Now I say almost every Punch-Out fight because I'm going to be excluding a couple things. Just know that I'm going to be talking about the main games in this video. So Mike Tyson's Punch-Out for NES, Super Punch-Out for SNES, and Punch-Out Wii for the Wii. No shit. I'm not going to be including the arcade games because nobody cares about them at all. I don't care about them even less. I've never played them, I've never bothered to play them, and I never will play them. I don't care. And I'm also not going to be including the Doc Lewis fights because, those were unsanctioned, unsolicited, unprofessional fights. Those were backstage in the back room. Doc Lewis wasn't giving it his all. Little Mac wasn't giving him his all. It just wouldn't be fair to rank it with the rest of these professional fighters. You know what I mean? That was just a training list. That was just some sparring, You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, we're going to go through the criteria right now. So, number one. How is the rhythm of the fight? How is the mojo, the flow, the ducking and jiving and punching and conniving? You know what I mean? Like, if you have to stop and wait for attacks and openings, that can be fun, but if there's no rhythm to it and you're just, grooving and juving and juking, and then all of a sudden you just got to stop your fight and wait for some sort of mega attack, like, that's kind of lame, I think. Some fights do it really well, but if a fight just really doesn't have good flow in general and you're just constantly waiting for shit, the fight's just going to get kind of stagnant and boring, and it's not going to be very exciting on repeat playthroughs. Criteria point number 2 is funness versus fairness. How fun is the fight with also being fair? How well adapted is the challenge? Is it complete horseshit? Is it way too easy? This is not only relative to the fight, but it will be a little bit relative to where the fight is in the game itself. Not too much, but it will factor in a little bit. Like, I do think that a champion that holds the belt should be marginally harder than the fight before him. I think that is a good thing. When the champion is like an actual championship bout, it feels like a good title bout, for sure. Criteria point number 3. How unique is the fight and why would you play this fight compared to another one? Some fights just have, solid dodging, hooks and jabs and uppercuts and stuff. But then some fights have you dodging balls. Some of them go invisible, teleport. Some of them start doping up mid-fight. Some of them have the paparazzi behind the crowd start flashing you with cameras to blind you. It gets crazy in this series, all right? This is not a fair game. Not a single fight in this entire series is fair against Little Mac. I'm telling you, you are the underdog, and that's why it is so satisfying to win, god dang it. And the final criteria point are the secrets of the fight. There are secret one-hit knockdowns, secret one-hit knockouts. There are, secret star punches you can get. There's some secret tech you can do. And I just think, fights that have, these secret little things that you can do definitely elevate the fight to a much higher experience than just a normal dodging and ducking and blocking kind of thing. And counter-punching and stuff like that. So the little secrets you can do definitely add up. And I definitely like Punch-Out Wii the most out of these 3 games. I definitely do have a Punch-Out Wii bias because I think they really excel in this category. And they even show that off even more with the achievements in-game. And I'm going to try not to be too biased to Punch-Out Wii, but just know if this list does seem a little biased towards Punch-Out Wii, it is because I do have a Punch-Out Wii bias. And I'm going to say it how it is. And before we get into this list, I have one more thing that's not exactly criteria, but Disco Kid's theme song is one of my favorite video game songs ever. That shit is so fucking good. I love that song. But I got some hot takes. I got some cold takes. If you want to find out what they are, then let's get into the ranking. A 1, a 2, a skiddly diddly doo. Coming in at 57 as the worst fight in the game, we got Don 2 from Mike Tyson's. Now, this is the only fight in the entire series that I would say is just straight up a bad fight. There's not one thing about this fight I like at all. The way he just keeps blocking your punches and you would just have to keep waiting and waiting for RNG for when he decides to finally attack you. The annoying-ass combo he does where he fucking keeps doing the same move over and over again once you run out of stamina, and the way that this match forces you to run out of stamina because you just have to keep hitting his blocks. And he could block you straight up 12 times in a row. There's no consistency. It's weird. The timings of his attacks are weird. They're not it's just a boring ass fight. This is the one fight in the game where I'm just fuck, here we go. This fight sucks ass. I remember watching a video where one of the world record holders, when he got the world record on this fight, he didn't even celebrate. This motherfucker just went oh, I got Don too. He wasn't even happy. Come on now. Next up, we got Glass Joe from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and this is probably the most lackluster, pathetic fight in the entire series. but I wouldn't have it any other way because it's the first fight of the entire series. I mean, dude's name is literally a combination of Glass Jaw and Average Joe. I mean, he's supposed to be a wimp, you know? He's supposed to teach beginners how to play, and I just wouldn't have it any other way. And if you time your punch right at 42 seconds, you can instantly end the fight, so that adds a little bit to the replayability for people that are better at the game. For people that suck at the game, they can learn the controls before they get into the real fighters. So even though this fight is one of the worst in the entire series, I wouldn't change a thing about it. Up next, we got Contender Disco Kid. And Disco Kid has one of my favorite personalities and just overall aura and aesthetic and just vibes in this entire game. I love his baby blue gloves. I love his music. Like I said, one of my favorite video game tracks ever. And I just love his quotes, his sound effects, the way he moves. But the actual fight itself, he's lame. He only does 2 attacks. And then most of the time, he's not even attacking. He's just dancing like a dumbass, waiting to get punched in the head. Like, bro, you're done. You're trash at fighting. You need to retire. You need to quit. You're horrible. I feel like he's kind of even easier than Von Kaiser, who comes before him. And not only that, but he says, oh, here it comes. Bro, what are you talking? You're losing. Man, it did not take long to get back to Don Flamenco from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and I actually think his first fight's a little bit better because it doesn't last as long. You can get through it pretty fast, and you can just get done with this fight. I feel like that's more of a negative than a positive, that my favorite thing about this fight is how fast you can get through it, but it is kind of fun to do the alternating rhythm to knock him down fast. I always punch an alternating rhythm anyway, so it pretty much just comes second nature to me. But yeah, this fight is not great, and he's already lost. This guy is trash. Up next is Contender Von Kaiser, and I absolutely love his demeanor. Like, his punches have that force behind him. He's got that grit and determination. This guy means business. Until you remember in his intro cutscene that he got beat by children, and he gives us his fucking Matt Drinkwater impression. Mommy! But of course, when he does that, you can hit his little dumb pussy ass with a triple star punch and knock him clean out round 1 face down. Actually, no, he lands on his back, so it'd be face up. But you know what I mean. You get it. Anyway, I really like how they integrated his Mike Tyson's version of, like, his twitch before his jab, before he punches you. Like, I think they translated that really well. This is a perfect second fight to the game. I think it's really fun, and you can end it pretty quickly, but even if you just play it normally, it is fun just to beat the shit out of him because he blocks in a specific way, so if you start punching at his face, then you gotta keep punching at his face, so there's a little bit of depth to this guy, even though he's only the second fight, and I think he's pretty fun. Up next, we got our first Super Punch-Out fight. We got Gabby J. Now, Gabby J, he doesn't really do that much unique. I couldn't really name you any cool things about him, other than the fact that he kind of goes and gets air because he's wheezing like that one penguin from Toy Story 2, like he's got to go get his breath. But the way Super Punch-Out works, it's just so fun using the super meter that having a weak-ass little guy to fight that just lets you practice wailing on him with the super meter in all sorts of different ways, it just intrinsically, like, makes him fun. So even though it really doesn't have anything to do with the fight itself, he's just really fun. He's just like a punching bag for you to practice with the super meter, and I gotta love him for that. Of the 3 starting fights from the games, I do think Contender Joe from Wii is the best, because not only did they keep down his one-punch his one-punch knockdown, but they also turned it into where if you land a triple star punch when you do it, it turns into a one-punch knockout. And I think that's just really fun to perform, and overall, he's just really fun. It's like punching a wet noodle all over the fucking ring. Like, it just feels fun just to beat the shit out of this guy. Starting off the top 50, we got our boy Bob Charlie. Obviously a riff on the name of Bob Marley. I don't know, this Jamaican dude, he's just, he's cool. I like his vibes, but his fight's just kind of mid. Like, he has like a cool little windmill punch he winds up, but it's really easy to avoid, and like, I don't know. Like, you're obviously supposed to feel like it's a super attack, but it's just not. Like, it doesn't have that threat or, like, weight at all. Especially because the fight right before him was Bald Bull with the famous bull charge. So then you're going to put me in a fight with this fucking clown that nobody knows or remembers, and I'm supposed to fear his dreaded windmill attack? Like, bro, I just fucking defeated Bald Bull's charge. I do not care about this weak-ass windmill punch. Get him out of here. I like his gloves, and I like the color like his gloves and his shoes, his boots. I like that purple. It's probably my favorite color of purple, because purple's my favorite color. I really like that shade. But it just does not clash with bro's trunks either. Like, bro has no style. He's got that ketchup and mustard fit with the beautiful gloves. Like, what are you doing, bro? Go home. Truthfully, just off principle alone, I probably should have put Narcissus Prince in the 57th spot and dead last place, just simply for the fact that he's from the UK. But you know what? His fight kind of has an interesting mechanic, so I'll let him up a little bit. But his fight is still not great, man. How you gonna fight against someone that doesn't let you hit their face? Like, it's just not fun to hit. It's just not fun to box this guy. But then once you daze him and throw him off his mojo Jojo, like he's fucking up with the Powerpuff Girls, then you can start railing in on his face, and he takes more damage to his face too. So not only do you finally get to punch the stupid pretty boy fuck right in his fucking bitch ass face, but then he takes more damage from it. So it feels rewarding to finally be able to, punch him. But then once he gets knocked down, then he gets back up and then he shakes it off and then you can't hit him in the face again. And then you got to play through his defensive ass block style again, but then you get the reward of punching him in the face again. It's like the fight sucks and then it's fun and then it sucks and then it's fun and then it sucks and then it's fun. But because it sucks, the fun part is a little bit more fun because you got used to it sucking. I hope that makes sense. Also, his outfit again is trash. Your Ivy League vest. I meant vest. Fuck this guy. 48 motherfucker, I'm great. We got Von Kaiser from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. And truthfully, the only reason he's up this high is because I just like the fact that he's kind of like a tutorial for star punching in this game, Glass Joe, even though he's really easy, I don't find myself getting star punches from him very much. Like, I don't know, because most of the time I just knock him down at 42 seconds. But the way Von Kaiser's fight works is like he twitches in a way where you're supposed to time your punches to get star punches from him, and then you can one-hit star punch him, and then he's programmed to get knocked down from a star punch. And you can also punch him when he's about to uppercut. So both of his moves very easily let you get star punches from him, and I just like the way that he's kind of like the training ground for that. And I also really like the way that the first arena looks, like the first boxing arena, that dark blue. I don't know, I just really like it. That doesn't have anything to do with the fight though. I just didn't mention that when I talked about Joe earlier, but I think it's a nice color. I like it. Next up, we got Aaron Ryan from Super Punch-Out, and man, this guy's mechanic, he's just an annoying little bastard. If you super punch him, guess what? He grabs you. If you dodge his attacks, he grabs you. If you punch him, he grabs you. If you don't do nothing, you go in the corner and jack your dick off, he grabs you. This fucking, no matter what you do, this guy grabs you with his little gay little huddle move. Like, get off me. Like, I know this is how real boxers fight, but I did not need this in my simulated video game. I just want to beat ass. I don't want to sit here and get hugged like it's Valentine's Day. Get the fuck off me, you fucking little goblin. God damn. And not only that, but he also has like a bunch of health too. So you're sitting here just punching him over and over and over again, and this motherfucker just does not die. He has so much health. Like, for what purpose? And his haircut's ugly. This dude's just ugly. I mean, I am part Irish, so I mean, I feel like I gotta show some respect, but when you fight like a bitch, it just makes it impossible. But there is a cool strategy where if you time your super punches in between his grabs, you can constantly chain him with super punches, and then he could just never grab you. But the timing is like really weird. Like, I've been playing this game for over 10 years straight, and I still don't really have the timing down. I don't know. It just feels weird. I feel like it's different every time I fight this guy. That timing is really weird. But the fact that you can time it matters a lot, and that's why he's up this high. That this guy can be cheesed, he can be exploited, but man, god damn. I'm glad he got an upgrade in Wii. We'll talk about him later in Wii, but his debut in Super Punch-Out, it wasn't a good look. Next up, we got Dragon Chan from Super Punch-Out, and this guy actually does quite a few interesting things. He has some kick moves. He has some moves where he jumps up on the ropes and jumps at you with another flying kick. He can also heal himself, which is pretty cool, but like his main fight style himself, I mean, obviously he's doing like a kung fu kind of karate kind of vibe rather than boxing, so just the whole vibe and feel of the fight, I don't know, he's just kind of awkward to play against, but he is, he is unique, just a little forgettable. It is not only in my, but everyone else's great interest that I don't say anything about this fight, and I just move on and pretend it never happened. Capiche? And at 44, we got one of the most iconic fights from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. We got King Hippo, who doesn't even have his crown in the fight. I feel like everyone remembers him having a crown in the fight, but he don't. He's a bald-headed baby in this fight. But with this fight, I like it. It is a puzzle, and you got to wait for him to open his mouth before you can hit him in the stomach. I think that is creative, and I think it's cool. And like I said, it's definitely iconic. But you just be taking forever to open up his weak point, bro. Like, I could go make a sandwich, take a shower, take a dog on a walk, come back, and this motherfucker's mouth will still be closed. Like, god dang. Alright, now we're getting into the part of the list where all the fights from here on out I really like. And coming in at number 43, we got Great Tiger Contender from Punch-Out Wii. everything about this fight is fun. You know, it's easy and it's simple, but it's still really fun. You can get star punches from his glowing like thing on his hat thing. I know there's a name for that. I don't care. I think it's a turban. I don't know. I don't remember. But I also like how he does shit with like his clone. He's kind of teleporting all over, but his teleporting really ain't fucking you up yet. It definitely will in his title defense match. But as far as this match, him teleporting around, it ain't really too much to deal with. And he's just fun to fuck around and beat up. And, you know, getting that one punch knockdown on him when he does his Dondole fucking move. You know, he's just a fun fight. He's just simple, though. Up next, we got Bear Hugger from Super Punch-Out, and honestly, this is a pretty complex fight for only the second fight. First of all, you can't hit him in the stomach, or else he'll do like a weird stun with a weird... I don't even know what the fuck you call that face. But then sometimes you can hit him in the stomach when he taunts you, so then you try to hit him in the face because you can't hit him in the stomach, but then if you hit him in the face, then he blocks, and then you gotta duck and attack, and then you can punch him. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. Just for the second fight of the game, this is way more advanced than both Kaiser fights from the other two games. And then only that, he's just really fun to fight. Like, his big, intimidating frame, he does just have an intimidating presence. He hits hard, he's fun to dodge. Like I said, that ear clap attack he does when he blocks your jab, he's just a fun fight. He flows pretty good, and you can knock him out pretty fast with a hidden strat. So yeah, I really like this fight. Definitely the best second fight in the series. Coming in at number 41, we got our first title defense match, Von Kaiser, and this is also the last time we're going to be seeing Von Kaiser. So this fight doesn't change too much from his original one, but he does get some new moves. He starts doing fake outs, and he gets a windmill punch, which part of me kind of wonders if they borrowed that from Bob Charlie all the way back in Super Punch-Out, but I could be reaching on that because they are pretty different. But I don't know. They're both a windmill punch, so I don't know. You let me know if you think I'm reaching with that one or if I might be cooking. I don't know. But this fight in general, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I just think, it doesn't really add much to his fight. Like, he just becomes a harder fighter. And then that's about it, I guess. Like, I don't know. I do, honestly, in some ways, I think this fight, well, I don't want to say it gets easier, but it's not that bad because his fake outs, you can get star punches from. So, like, his fake outs that are supposed to be a challenge actually make the fight easier. His windmill punch can one-hit knock down you, I believe, but it's so incredibly easy to dodge it that if you get hit by it, you honestly deserve to just lose. Like, you honestly, if you get hit by that attack, you just deserve to have your entire fucking Wii blow up. But as for his design, like, he doesn't really change his design too much. He just kind of gets a haircut. Yeah, I mean, he's still very fun, don't get me wrong, but compared to all the other title defense like fights, like, this one just doesn't really cook up enough. Coming up next, we got title defense Disco Kid, and I feel the same way about him as I do Von Kaiser. I just think his new stuff is a little bit more intimidating, and he's a little bit harder. But truthfully, they kind of get the same treatment where they just get a couple new moves. They get one new, like, special attack, but, like, not really. Like, I don't know. Disco Kid's 1, 2, 3 combo, like, it definitely does. Like, it is kind of tough to dodge. But apart from that, all his other new stuff, it's just kind of whatever, like his and 1, and 2. Like, jumping jacks thing, like, that's just not, like, that hard of an attack to avoid. The only other thing is speed bang, pow! Like, his jab from the other side, like, that one can kind of trip you up. But apart from that, I don't know. It's pretty much more the same. Just same fight, a little bit harder, a couple new things, but the new things really aren't, like, that bad. And I honestly, I think a part of it is also because Glass Joe, title defense, has such a unique mechanic that when you get these two fights right afterwards, it's like, wow, why did Glass Joe get such a unique change to his fight? But then you fight these two and they're almost kind of the same, you know? Not to say that that's not necessarily super fair to judge them that way, but, you know, if a player's going to be playing the game, that's how they're going to be thinking. They're going to go against Glass Joe, they're going to see his new main mechanic, and then they're going to go, okay, bet, I can't wait to see Von Kaiser. And then they're going to be like, oh, Von Kaiser was kind of lame. All right, let's see if Disco Kid has anything new. And then Disco Kid doesn't really have anything new, and they're like, oh, well, whatever, oh, okay. Thankfully, King Hippo does have something new, but one thing I gotta say before we move on is this bro's onesie is trash. What the fuck? I like purple. Purple's my favorite color. That onesie is not it. Never wear that again. Hang it up. Throw it out. Get rid of it. And the afro, okay, I kind of like the afro. The afro's clean, but get rid of the onesie. 39, we got Soda Popinski from Mike Tyson's, and I gotta say, I kind of have personal vendetta against this fight. When I first tried playing this game, the first time I ever played this game was on an NES in my cousin's camper, and I got to this fight. I stayed up playing this game time and time again, and I kept getting my fucking ass whooped hard. I could not beat this guy. I got all the way here, and then he just kept fucking me. He just kept dicking me like a little hoe. I don't even know why, because he's really not even that bad looking back on it. But this motherfucker, like, he fucked me up. I don't know if it's because he's a southpaw fighter. I also didn't know about the secret where you can crouch down and get a free star punch from him that knocks him down, which is honestly a really weird and inconsistent like thing to try to replicate. Like, I don't know, doing that's really weird. I don't know how that works, but yeah, like, just his combos and stuff, like, he's not that bad. He's just like just an ordinary boxer. He just be throwing hooks, throwing uppercuts, throwing jabs. But I don't know, he was dicking me down. I don't know why I struggled so much against him. Looking back on it now, he's just a boxer. He don't really have anything special. But man, I got some trauma. 38, we got Piston Honda from Mike Tyson's, his first fight. And after Glass Joe and Von Kaiser, this dude definitely does feel like the champion of the first circuit. I mean, he's intimidating. He's fucking massive. His arm is about the size as your player model. Like, look on the screen right now. Like, this dude is fucking huge. He's so massive. And then, like, he's just super intimidating. You're like, oh, fuck, this dude's about to be hard. And then he has his combo, which if you don't know really how to block yet, you're going to get cooked. You're just going to get cooked. That's just what it is. But once you start getting familiar with the game, once you learn that you can hit him in his blinking eyes to get them star punches, he's not too bad. And at the end of the day, all he really does is he has a hook, he has a jab, and he has an uppercut. And, you know, that's pretty much it. He does have his combo with, like I said, is really hard to dodge. But just counter punch him or hit him with the star punch, good timing, and, you know, you should be fine. Coming in at number 37, we got title defense King Hippo. And I know I just said earlier, oh yeah, new players are going to be so excited to see King Hippo. He's going to have a cool, unique ability. I did say that. But I didn't include the fact that this motherfucker's cool new ability leaves the fight within the first 5 seconds of fighting him. Literally. The whole buildup of this fight is he has armor on his stomach now, and you can't punch him in the stomach. And then guess what? Literally, 3 attacks, and his armor's gone for the entire rest of the fight. Well, then what the fuck was the point of even introducing the mechanic then? I don't understand. And then the rest of the fight is honestly really annoying. Like, he gets that shit back from Mike Tyson's punch out where he doesn't open his mouth every time now, so now you're just sitting here waiting. And that motherfucker just does not be one to open his mouth. And then when he finally does, you're just not expecting it, so then you miss the timing because you gotta be kind of fast. And then sometimes when he doesn't open his mouth, then you can hit his stomach. So then now you're thinking, well, do I hit his stomach? Do I wait to hit his mouth? Do I look at his mouth? Do I look at his stomach? What the fuck am I even looking at? And why the fuck did his body armor not have more to do with the fight? And the answer to all those questions is, I don't know. This fight is cooked. But it is really fun, but still, it is a little cooked. Coming in at number 36 from Super Punch-Out, we're going to have a bad tussle with the masked muscle. Them are bars right there. Anyway, I don't know why, but I always remember this fight. This fight doesn't even really do anything that cool or unique, but I don't know. I just like fighting this guy. I really like his colors and his attire. I really like that blue and orange kind of contrast. His glove colors are a little weird. It kind of looks like midnight purple with graphite mixed. I don't really know what's going on with them glove colors. Those are kind of lame. But yeah, I like how he kind of tries to spit in your face. He's a dirty little cheater ass fighter, and if you get hit with the spit in your eyes, like, your vision gets disoriented. And like, I honestly can't even really describe it that much because I never get hit by it. I think I've been hit by it like approximately 1 time in my entire life, so I can't even really explain exactly what it looks like because truthfully I don't remember. But I know that it changes the visuals, and that's pretty cool. And his kind of fighting style in general, he is a little weird. He does like a weird like forward lunge attack kind of thing. It's pretty easy to dodge though. It's not too bad. And overall, this guy, he's just fun to fight. He's fun to land supers on. You can pretty much always be hitting like your supercharged punches on his stomach, and I think he actually takes more damage to his stomach. So yeah, go crazy, go wild, go stupid, go crazy. And then at 35, we got contender Aaron Ryan. And man, this guy, I don't know what happened in between him from Super Punch-Out and now, but this feller is just the goofiest goober. He is going absolutely obnoxious and crazy. I love how everything around his fight is based on like the sevens. Like, you can only hit him 7 times. You gotta star punch him 7 times to get a knockout. You gotta fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, he always gets up on 7. Like, I like how that 7 definitely clashes with his Irish heritage. That's pretty cool. I like his music. It's just like everything about this guy. He's just going crazy. He starts headbutting you. He starts going crazy. He starts putting hands on the ref. When you KO him, his his special knockout, he gets tangled in the ropes. This guy's just going. He's absolutely crazy. I love how you have have to counterpunch him to fight him, because if you don't, then you'll never stun him. So if you already weren't counterpunching now, because at this point a lot of new players won't be, this guy's like, listen, if you don't counterpunch, you're not winning. So you better fucking learn how to counterpunch now. And it flows with his fight really good. He's really, really fun. Up next, we got Bald Bull from Super Punch-Out, and man, they demoted, bro. The minor circuit champion. Like, it's cool that he's wearing the belt. It's cool that he's a champion. But really? Minor circuit? That's just dastardly, man. And honestly, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I'd honestly say that Bald Bull is probably the main, like, guy in Punch-Out. Like, everyone knows Bald Bull. Everyone knows the Bull Charge. And come to think of it, I think he's the only fighter in the series that has 5 fights. He has 2 in Mike Tyson, 1 in this game, and then 2 in Wii. So not only is he super iconic, but all 5 of his fights have his iconic Bull Charge. And unfortunately, I just think that Super Punch-Out just does it the worst. Like, his Bull Charge really isn't that intimidating in this game. I feel like they definitely did tone him down to make him the minor champion, which is really lame, man. I really wish that he was higher up in the game, because I feel like this fight definitely has more potential than it could have been. Because honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I really do be forgetting that he's in this game sometimes. And I know it sounds like I'm talking shit on him a lot right now, but that's just because, I mean, I love him. I love Bald Bull. We haven't seen any of his other fights yet, obviously. I just feel like I feel like he just has a lot of missed potential in this game that he definitely could have had later on. But as the fight itself, man, you know, I can't judge it based on what it's not. I can only judge it what it is. It's everything it's not makes me everything it is. And, you know, honestly, it's good. I mean, it's up this high. It is a good, fun fight. But it just don't have that kick, you know. It just don't have that thing that really makes him a champion, you know. Like, it's just like, man, I don't know. I really wanted more from this dude, especially in this game. And now we got Hoy Carlo from Super Punch-Out, and I don't even know how to describe this fight. If you played the game, you know that this fight is just weird. Like, I don't know. It's like trying to fight Master Shifu from Kung Fu Panda. The way this guy moves and juves and jives and doves is just so weird. Like, his combos, the way you have to block and dodge in specific directions. Like, he's just such a weird fight, man. Like, I really don't know how to put it into words. It's like a Geometry Dash level. Like, you can't exactly explain it. You can't exactly process it. But your fingers, they just know what to do after playing a while. And that's how I feel about this fight. It's like, my brain, it just knows what to do without me even really knowing what the guy's doing. Like, he's just doing all sorts of crazy moves. I'm just like, fuck it, I guess we're blocking here and there, do. You gotta learn them rhythms, you gotta learn them patterns of the way the stick hits you in the gloves. And also, this motherfucker brought a whole weapon in the ring. Get him out of here. I'm not gonna lie though, his outfit, he's looking fresh, he's looking dripped the fuck out. I'm drip drop, but hey, he's got more drip than me in this fight, and that's pretty respectable. I appreciate the fight, but you're a cheater, you're banned. Now at 32, we got Rick Bruiser from Super, and I mean, he's just a boxer. That's pretty much just what he is. He just throws punches, and that's it. He elbows you sometimes like a little bitch, but apart from that, he's not really super unique. He's the penultimate fight of the game. They're not really the most interesting bosses at the end of Super, both Rick and Nick. He's just a cool fighter, you know. He's just like a tough, strong, he punches hard, he has combos. If you super punch him or counter punch him, sometimes he'll hit you with his own counter punch to try to kind of juke you out. But apart from that, he's just, I don't really got a lot to say. He's just kind of a generic fight, but he is fun. That's why he's up this high, but I just don't have a lot to talk about. I did just want to add, just like his brother, Nick, he can break your hand as well. Rick can. I kind of forgot he had that ability. I thought only Nick could do that, the final boss, but I guess Rick can do it too, so I guess that's something to talk about, I guess. Finally, Title Defense Glass Joe is here. I was yapping about him earlier, now I can get into him in more detail. So his main mechanic, as I'm sure you can fucking tell, he gets a helmet. You just can't hit him in the head. But if you star punch him, his helmet flies up, and then you can hit him in the face. And then you can also combo him by keep getting star punches, so then you hit him in the face a bunch of times, star punch him, his helmet flies up again. You just can keep hitting him in the fucking face if you change those star punches. But even if you don't interact with the helmet at all and only hit his body, he still has some pretty new tricky moves, like he has his wee, where he does like, he dances a little bit. Well, I don't really want to call it a dance, but he just does like this weird little stupid ass thing, and then he hits you with a quick little jab. That trips me up sometimes. And honestly, a lot of his attacks kind of trip me up. I'd honestly say that Glass Joe, between Title Defense, Disco Kid, and Kaiser, I'd say that Glass Joe's probably the hardest one of those three. I mean, his fake outs can get you, his quick jabs can get you. Like, I don't know, I just think he's a little trickster. He goes from being like a little wet noodle, he turns into a little bit of a weasel. He gets kind of tough. Starting off the top 30, we got our boy contender Piston Hondo, because God forbid it was Piston Honda again. But anyway, I really like this fight. It's pretty much exactly the same as the Mike Tyson's version, but it just plays a lot better. But it's pretty much exactly the same moves. He still does his eyebrow thing, he still does his hook, he still does his uppercut, and he still does his piston rush, which is even more fun and cooler in this version. And man, he's just really, really fun. I love getting the star punches on his eyebrow, like, raising thing. And honestly, all I gotta say is, if you hit him when he bows, if you don't bow back at him, consider yourself in opposition, because you're a terrible person. This man is showing you his respect. You better bow back. Come on now. Don't be getting a sucker punch like that. You're disrespecting his tradition and his culture. You're just an asshole. But yeah, no, I love how this fight is pretty much just exactly 1-to-1 translated from Mike Tyson's, and it's just a really fun time. Next up, we got Great Tiger from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out!, and even still to this day, I still think it's crazy how this is the only character that gets some crazy, wacky move. Like, this dude was flying around the arena like ain't no other character doing something that crazy and wild. This dude was literally teleporting around, like, what the fuck? But yeah, it's really cool how you can get the star punches from his blinking little ruby thing on his turban. I actually did look it up after I said that part about Great Tiger earlier on in the video, and yeah, I was correct. It is called a turban, so that's respect to me. I know, I'm knowledged. But yeah, no, I don't know. This is just a really fun fight, and then when he starts doing the uppercuts, you can chain star punches on him, similar to Von Kaiser earlier. And he's just fun. And like I said, his super attack, it's really cool. It's really fun to just block, like keep pressing the block button and time it. And then when you successfully do it, he puts himself in a state to where the next punch you give him automatically knocks him down if you block it correctly. And I think that's really cool. It's just a really fun and unique fight, especially for the first game. Now we got Piston Honda 2 from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out!, and this version is way better than the first version in almost every single way. More advanced jab combos, more advanced uppercut combos. He starts doing a little shimmy on the ground, and then he picks a side to uppercut you on. His rush is way harder to deal with, but there's also a catch to that though. Not only is it a one-punch knockdown, but the timing is much harder to hit now, but if you hit it, it's an instant win of the entire fight. It's not just a knockdown anymore, it's a straight-up KO. So I love that. I just love that idea of, okay, it's harder to dodge, but if you pull off the counter, then you win the entire fight. And I love it. And then just the actual fight itself, like the 3 jab combo, it's harder to get stars from this guy now. Like I said, his uppercut where he changes the sides now, that's really cool. It's literally just an improvement in every single way. Up next, now we got Piston Hurricane from Super Punch-Out!, which is pretty much just the Super Punch-Out! Equivalent of Piston Honda. Except I don't really know why they replaced him, but I like Piston Hurricane's whole character. I like his outfit, his attire. I like his vibe, his style, so I don't really mind too much. But as the fight goes, you know, I mean, he's just a cool fighter. He has his rush. I like the way that he kind of dances around the arena. He jumps to the right. He jumps to the left. Like the visually, that doesn't really change the fight too much. But, you know, it is kind of cool just like showing that he does have the fancy footwork to take you around the arena. He's not just standing still stationary. I think that is pretty cool. And I also, like I said, his rush, I'm going to give you all some drip drop lore now. When I played this game as a wee young lad, as a little boy, this was as far as I got into this game. That block up, block down, block up, block down, I just couldn't do it. When I was little, I just couldn't do it. It was raps. I was cooked. I couldn't do anything about it. He just fucked me. He just fucked me up. So this is where my Super Punch-Out! Playthrough ended every time. I could beat Gabby, I could beat Bear Hugger, and this motherfucker backhanded me like a stern parent. So I got a little bit of PTSD from this guy, but his fight's really fun, and he's not even that hard. I was just tweaking when I was little. As this fight goes, he's pretty fun. Up next, we got Title Defense Aaron Ryan, and this motherfucker, he just went even crazier. He brought in a whole weapon. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, come on, you are not Hoy Carlo. Get out of here. He starts throwing in elbows now. Every time you hit a jab combo on him, he ends it with trying to hit you one last time before he goes back into his main moveset. When he's falling down, he tries to hit a weapon at you, and then he does his weapon main attack where you got to pay attention to the way he whips his weapon, and then you got to dodge it every which way. And this motherfucker's just going, he's just insane. He's an insane individual. Coming in at number 25, we got contender Macho Man from Punch-Out! Wii. And I love this fight. Like, the way it flows, I love just knocking them all around, getting star punches here and there. Photo op. And then you just punch him right in his stupid-ass face. I love his Super Macho Man. You know, his clothesline that references his older fights. But, I think he's way too easy. I've never struggled with this fight ever, and I think he's way too easy to be the penultimate fight of the first half of this game. Like he's just not threatening. Like his clothesline is threatening, but just his regular fight, he just feels weak. Like if he does land a hit on you, it does do a lot of damage, but like he's so easy to avoid, and his attack pattern, like he doesn't really have that much to throw at you. He has a left uppercut, a right uppercut, and a clothesline. And that's about it. And then, of course, his super clothesline move where he has the paparazzi flash you with the cameras and blind you, and then he hits you with a triple clothesline. But every time he does that, you're pretty much guaranteed like half of his health bar because he's stunned after that attack for so long. You just get so much damage. Like, I don't know. I just think he's just really easy. Again, he's really fun, and I like how his fight is. But I feel like I just can't put him any higher because he's supposed to be like the macho man, and he's getting folded like a pancake, folded like a lawn chair, folded like an omelet, folded like a towel. Now we got contender bear hugger from Wii, and man, I just gotta say his taunt where he's sticking his tongue out going crazy, just what a freakazoid, bro. Put your tongue back in your mouth and never do that move again. I hate that. But no. This fight is great. I love the bear hug. I mean, his name is Bear Hugger. Now he actually has a bear hug that he can do. And it's really fun to time the counter right to punch him right in his fucking fat ass head to get the star punch from it. Pretty much all three of it. He only has 3 attacks. He has a hook, he has like an overhead punch, and then he has the bear hug. And all 3 of them are super fun to counter. I just love the sound effects like I don't know. His attacks have such an intimidating noise before they hit you. Like, I don't know. I love the little fish when you daze him. I don't know. I just like everything about this fight. I love his style. I love his grace. This boxer has a funny face. Oh, yeah, and I also forgot about his other taunt, the little let's dance, where he waggles his fucking hips and thrusts at you. This really is the freakiest boxer. Get him out of here. And going from one fat fuck to another, coming in at the number 23 spot, now we got Mad Clown from Super Punch-Out. And man, I just love this guy's whole vibe, you know, his whole clown aesthetic, his bright red overalls, big old round nose, green hair, his clown makeup. He's just cool, and he's actually pretty tough too. Like, he's a pretty tough fighter. And then along with his gimmick where he just throws his balls in your face, I'm uncomfy now. I don't want to talk about this fight anymore. I'm unhappy. I don't want balls in my face, Mad Clown. I do not like them, Sam I Am. I don't want them. Not only that, but when you knock him down for the second time and he gets back up for his third time, he starts going crazy. He starts going sicko mode. He goes, it's showtime. He starts going crazy. But no, I'm still very unsettled that this dude's main move is putting balls in your face. I want to move on, and I never want to talk about this man ever again. Coming in with a catch-22, we got Mr. Sandman. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Bum, 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 bum. No, this is a Sandman from Super Punch-Out, and even though this is the lowest spot of a Sandman fight so far, this is not disrespect at all. This fight is absolutely great. I love this fight. And honestly, out of every fight, and I mean this, out of every fight in the entire series of these games, I think that this is the closest one that feels like a real fight. Like 2 motherfuckers just scrapping with each other. He blocks your attacks, he punches you. You block his attacks, you punch him. It doesn't even really feel like you're like the underdog small fry. And that's kind of how I feel about Super Punch-Out in general. Like, you kind of feel like you actually have a chance, where in Mike Tyson's and Wii, you just feel like a little tiny little bitch. But no, in this game, like, it feels like really 2 buff motherfuckers just slugging it out. And then he hits you with the Dreamland combo, of course. Each time you knock him down, he gets up. He gets a little bit more amplified, and his third knockout, he's just going crazy. He hits you with that, like, 4 jab combo. He's going absolutely nuts, and he's just slugging it out. And honestly, I find it like I get my punches blocked by this dude quite a bit. Like I feel like his AI in this game is like low-key like really smart. Even though he's not even that hard, like, I don't know, just the way his fight goes, like, I generally do get tripped up by him still, even after all these years. He's a really fun fight and definitely fitting of the Major Circuit Championship title for sure. Coming in at 9+10, we got Contender Bald Bull from Wii. And like I said about a couple other fights from this game, this is just a translation from the Mike Tyson's version of the fight where he literally does the same stuff. He does his rolling fist jab, he does his side hook, and he does his uppercut. And then he does his bull charge, which I think of the three games, I think his bull charge in this fight and his title defense fight, because it's the same bull charge, is definitely the best version of the bull charge. It's the coolest, it's the most interesting, and it's the most satisfying to hit. And I just like the effects, like the steam coming out of his face, the fucking him getting as red as a tomato. I just think it looks really good. This fight is just killer. It's awesome. Coming in at number 20, we got Mike Tyson and Mr. Dream. I fucking hate Mr. Dream. His white skin on that lavender ugly-ass ring looks terrible. Mike Tyson's brown skin on the green ring looked 10 times better as a contrast. I hate looking at the screen. I'm looking at it right now. I hate everything about this frame. It is so ugly. Jesus Christ. But if it makes up for anything, I do have an actual Nintendo, or an original Nintendo, and one of the only games I have for it is Mike Tyson's Punch-Out!, the original OG first version of the game. So even though I used the shitty footage of Mr. Dream, I hope me actually owning the original game makes up for the shitty footage, because I did not want to download a whole different version of this game just for this one spot on the list. But man, this replacement is ass. Anyway, I don't really like this fight as much as everyone else does. A lot of people say it's their favorite fight of the series, and I just don't think so, just because I think Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! Was made in a way to where it was made for its time, and it's damn near almost unfair. Like, it's literally, on some TVs, it's literally unbeatable and unplayable. Like, you can't. You have to use an old school TV. And then the fight itself just isn't balanced very well at all. Like, he can just randomly throw in some insta knockdown uppercuts, like, out of nowhere. Like, that's just lame as fuck. Like, it's not even like a super move. No, he deadass just throws them out of nowhere. Like, it's a good fight, but definitely overrated. Coming in at number 19, we got Don Flamenco with the fucking glow-up of the century. My God, I hated his fights in Mike Tyson's. But in this version, woo, man, they spruced him the fuck up. He's got some new super moves. He's got a whole alternate route. Like, once you knock off his toupee, he starts going crazy and gets new moves. I like the fact that they kept him taunting you, but they don't do it to where he just blocks you every single time that you fucking try to taunt him to hit you. He just keeps blocking and doesn't hit you. God damn it, Don 2 and Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! Is fucking stupid. But we're talking about a good fight now. So, this fight, I really love. I love the music. I just love his whole style. I love his pretty boy, woman pleaser kind of vibe. Like, he wants to be the handsome pretty boy. He's like a good version of Narcissus Prince from back from Super. This is like a better version of that style of character, I think. And I just really like this fight. It flows really good. His super move, where he does like his little clothesline thing, and like I already said, his whole toupee route, once you knock it off, he starts going crazy without his hairpiece. And I just think, overall, this definitely does cap off the major circuit. He definitely does feel like the champion. He's cool as hell. And he's got the little exploit where you can put him in an infinite combo. So there's even little cool secret tech options with this guy too. Man, they definitely improve this fight in every way, man. I love it. Coming in at number 18, we got Contender Soda Popinski from Wii. And remember how I was saying earlier how his Mike Tyson's version used to give me PTSD? Well, this one's a meanie too, man. Even on his easier mode, on Contender mode, he's still an asshole, man. They just made him so... Because the thing is he's just strong. He's just fast and he's strong. And, like, his mechanic, his soda bottles, like, they don't even really affect the match that much. If you don't punch him out of his hand, he heals. But, like, they're so easy to punch out of his hand, so just always do that. But even if you punch him out of his hand every single time and you get the star punch and you hit him with the star punch, he's still tough. Like, it doesn't really change anything. There isn't any really good strats against him. I mean, you can get star punches from him, like, from his hooks. But for the most part, just his uppercuts are just devastating, dude. Like, it is nice that every time you do hit him with a star punch, he goes into his rage mode, so you can get some easy dodges. I know that, like, his rage mode is supposed to be, like, his scary side, but, you'll quickly find out that him getting angry and fast is actually, like, the part where you can, like, comfortably and consistently dodge him and then get a bunch of damage. It's when he's not mad is when you need to be scared, because then he's just doing his regular attacks. His regular attacks are fucking horseshit. They are so mean, but I love this fight so much. It's so fun, and it flows so good, but goddamn, this guy's an asshole. Charging into the number 17 spot, we got Bald Bull from Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and man, this was definitely a run ender. If you couldn't land that counter punch on that bull charge, this is it. This is where your game ended. Your mom got you this game for Christmas. You ain't playing half of it. I'm sorry, that's just, it is what it is. And speaking of the bull charge, I do really like this game's rendition of the bull charge. It's definitely iconic. However, I don't like that you can't dodge it. Well, I mean, like, you can dodge it, but he'll just keep doing it. I hate that you have to counter it. Like, that is lame in my opinion. I think it would have been cooler if it's an instant win if you counter it, but you can still dodge it, at least for the first fight, because this guy does get a rematch. I think it would have been cool if you have to counter it the second fight, but the fact that you are forced to counter it the first fight, I think is a little ridiculous. And I think at this point in the game, that's asking way too much from the player, because nothing in this game at that point has been nearly as hard as it is to counter that bull punch. But the rest of the fight, like I said, I already talked about it on his Wii version, because these are the exact same fights. He's got his rolling punch jab, he's got his side hook, and he's got his uppercut. All of them are very fun to dodge. This is a very good flowing fight, and I do like countering the bull charge a lot. I just think it's a little ridiculous to mandate players to do it. I just think it's a little unfair. But because I can do it, that doesn't bother me too much. I just wish that it was only saved. Well, personally, I wish it wasn't in the game at all, that you had to do it, because that's just crazy. But I wish that they would have at least saved it for number 16, Bald Bull 2 from Mike Tyson's. Yep, we got Bald Bull back to back. I like that record. This fight's pretty much the same. He does get a few new moves, like he gets like a new jab counter sometimes. But the main difference from this fight is obviously the fact that you have to knock him down with a star punch. He gives you free star punches mid-fight, and if you try to knock him down without using a star punch, he'll just get a little bit of health back, and he'll stay up, and he won't get knocked down. So you got to have that finishing blow, be a star punch, and at least he has the common courtesy to give you free star punches. His bull charge has changed a little bit. He does like some weird shortstop pit maneuver halfway through. I don't really know what that's about. But overall, this fight's pretty much more the same with a couple tweaks, and then, of course, the big tweak being the star punch mechanic. And I do think that it is an improvement overall. It is tough as hell, though. This fight is, well, it's not easy. So come prepared, eat your Wheaties, double lace your shoes, and kick ass. Coming in at number 15, we got Contender King Hippo from Wii. And honestly, this fight's just really fun. It's simplistic, and it's a translation of his Mike Tyson's version, but then halfway through the fight, he gets a whole-ass new move, which switches things up. I love how when he gets that new move, you can start punching him in the stomach and knock his crown off. That is so fucking cool. Also, the fact, I never brought this up yet, but King Hippo, you only gotta knock him down one time, and then he's down for the count. I just forgot to mention that. That's why I didn't before. But yeah, you actually feel the weight when you knock the Wii version over, how he tips over the ropes, falls on the crowd. It's so cool. You can get star punches if you quick dodge his jabs and punch him in the stomach, which I didn't know for the longest time. And it's just fun punching him in his big fat ass mouth and pounding on his fucking stomach. This guy's just fun to beat up, man. Great champion. Coming in at number 14, we got Title Defense Don Flamenco from Wii. And honestly, this is just one of them where he just becomes a better fighter. He gets some new moves. His special move gets a little bit more tricky. But he doesn't really get any super new mechanic. But I'm kind of okay with that because his fight already had a mechanic where when he loses his toupee, he goes crazy. So he already had like a unique mechanic. So I don't really mind that he didn't get a new one here, because he still keeps his toupee mechanic here. He had some more fakes, some more juke outs. He kind of does one thing and then he switches to another to try to trip you out. His moves come in faster, especially Ole, and then he fucking does that clothesline. That shit comes in really fast when you get rid of his toupee. And just the way his countdown attack clothesline works, it actually alternates sides now. And I also think it's cool how there's a little bit of complexity to that, to where if you just duck them, then you dodge it. But if you dodge it in like the left to right corresponding way, you actually get the star, like you get the star punch from it. So if you just duck it and take the easy way, you can just dodge his attack and then get some damage on him. But if you actually dodge it in the corresponding way you're supposed to, you can get rewarded with a star punch. I think that's really cool. He adds, honestly, some attacks he adds in the title defense fight actually make him a little easier because he gives you some blocks you can hit, and then you can block those attacks and get more star punch opportunities. So in some ways, you could say that this fight gets a little bit easier. The infinite that you can pull on him still exists. It does just switch up a little bit. You have to switch up the jabs and the body blows, but the fact that they even kept the exploit for him, and the fact that the exploit was enough to where they specifically changed it, I think is funny. Coming in at number 13 is Nick Bruiser from Super Punch-Out, and this fight is honestly really weird to describe. Like, every single punch and dodge and attack, like, has very intricate timings and positionings, and, like, just everything about this fight, like, you just kind of gotta play it and feel it to really get, like, the feel. Like, I can't really explain it, because I can just say, oh yeah, he just punches you, but, like, yeah, no shit. But there definitely are some things about this fight. Obviously, I put it up this high, so I do like it. But it's a very strange feeling fight. And there is one thing that I really don't like about it. And this isn't really this fight in particular, but it's a Super Punch-Out issue in general. It's just this is the only fight to really show it off, is the time limit. There are no rounds in Super Punch-Out. So if you reach the timer and haven't won the fight and you reach like the time limit, you just lose. And that happens a lot on this fight because this is a very tough guy, you know, like he's good at blocking, he's good, like, you know, you're just not getting consistent hits. Because the way that this fight works is every time you hit him and stun lock him, he switches to the other side. So you got to alternate your punches. But another attack this guy has is he also breaks your hand. So let's say he breaks your left hand. You hit him once with your right hand. Okay, now he alternated to the left side. Well, now you can't follow up that jab with another jab because your hand's broken. So you got to sit here and wait out. And that's running time on the clock. So that definitely kind of adds like a secondary health bar in like a weird way. Like the timer on this fight is like a secondary health bar kind of to like your stamina in a weird metaphorical sense. And you know, he does have like one hit knockdown move, and he just has a lot of weird combos too that like I can't really explain. I mean, you're watching the fight, but you really don't understand how this fight works until you have to fight it yourself. But he is really fun, and I do find him decently consistent. So once you get good, you can consistently beat him under that time limit, no problem. But definitely when you first start playing the game, the time limit is a huge problem. I remember one of my favorite YouTubers of all time, debatably my favorite, Koryax Kenshin, one of his first series on his channel, he played through Super Punch-Out, and this dude just kept hitting the time limit over and over and over and over again. And I get it, dude. It's frustrating and it's annoying, but the fight itself, I love it. I love it a lot. But when you're paying more attention to the numbers on your screen than the actual final boss, that's, you know, that's like, come on, man. You know? Leading off the final dozen, we got title defense Macho Man. And I gotta say it again, man. This fight's really fun, and it's awesome, and it's cool, and it's got some funny voice lines, and it flows together really good, and I like playing it. But it's just too easy. This is literally the penultimate fight of the entire series. And it's too easy. Like, it's really easy. Like, his new attacks, I cannot believe I'm about to say this. His new attacks are literally easier to dodge than his contender attacks, man. I don't, like, Wipeout and Unleash the Beast. They fucking... Bro, like, some girls get ready in the morning faster than this dude takes to unleash those attacks. Like, god dang, the wind-up is so long. Like, I don't know if the wind-up is, like, supposed to be what kills you, because, like, you see it wind up, and then you try to do, like, a pre-dodge, and then it takes so long that by the time you dodge and come back, he hasn't even thrown the attack yet. Like, I don't understand if there's some, like, deep brain psychology going on here, but it doesn't work on me. As soon as I see that, as soon as I see him wind up the... Unleash the... Like, I'm sitting here like, go get a sandwich, go get a taco, take Bronco on a walk again. You remember this joke from earlier? Yeah, I'm doing it again. And by the time he does the wipeout attack, I could go wipe out my whole fucking car with a wet washcloth that make it sparkly, squeaky clean, come back, and he still hasn't unleashed the beast yet. Or did the wipeout yet. Whatever I said. But it is fun. You know, I'm not saying it's not. But I just think for the title defense match to the second to last character in the game, I think it's really easy. It's fun, though. Coming in at number 11, we got Macho Man from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. And honestly, I feel like that this was supposed to be the final boss to Mike Tyson's Punch-Out before they decided that they wanted to put Mike Tyson in the game. That's just my hypothesis, though. I don't know how true that is. But I just think that when they were designing this game, they were intending this dude to be the final boss. And he definitely does fit. He has not only one, but two super attacks. That's just diabolical. And they're both one-hit knockdowns. Like, fuck this guy. No, I'm just kidding. I actually really like this fight. It's really fun. He has hooks, he got uppercuts, and then he's got two different clotheslines attacks. One clothesline is a quick clothesline where he stands still for a little bit and then bam, out of nowhere, hits you with a fucking sucker close punch. Or not a sucker close punch, a sucker clothesline. And then the second one, obviously, where he does a turbocharge, and then he keeps doing a bunch of them over and over and over and over and over and over again. And you never know how many he's going to do, so you just got to keep dodging and dodging and dodging until he's finally done. And he's just fast. He hits hard like a truck. He's just fun. The flow of this fight's really good. I know you can look at the dude with the sunglasses back there to know when he's about to hit you. And there are a couple more tells like that, like in the bald bull fight. I think one of them is like a camera flash, and I think those are cool little Easter eggs where they show you when to time your attacks. But I generally just like to stare at the fighter and use my skill. Guns, baby. But no. This is a really fun flowing fight. He's pretty tough, as he should be. I don't know what else to say. He's just really, really fun. And now we're down to the top 10. And starting off the top 10, we got this big fat fuck title defense bear hugger. And man, just what a unique concept and twist to his fight. He was just a generic fighter, whatever. He was fun, but, he went for a bear hug, he had a hook, and he had an overhead punch, and that was it. He was pretty basic. But then they added this mini game to it to where you got to look around and see if his attack has the squirrel or not. And then if it does, you got to counter punch him. And the only way you can get him in a daze and dizzy him is if you hit him with a star punch. That is such a creative concept. And if you triple star punch him, he gets knocked down no matter what. Love that feature because triple star punches, when you get into title defense, them triple star punches start not doing shit. But against him, instant knockdown every time. Love that. You can farm stars off this guy. And I just love the whole idea of they literally added a mini game while you're fighting him. And he's definitely hard too, cuz when he does have the squirrel, the timings are changed. So it's not like he only got one new attack, but all those attacks also got a squirrel variant. So he pretty much got 8 new timings in this one fight. That's kind of crazy. And yeah, it's just really fun looking for that squirrel and hitting him. It's not the most insane concept or anything, but multitasking, fighting him and also looking for the squirrel at the same time, it's such a unique idea and it's really fun. Dropping in at number 9, we got Super Macho Man from Super Punch-Out. Now, this is not only the last Macho Man fight on the list, but it is also the last Super Punch-Out fight. So let's give it a hand. Let's give it a round of applause. You were a good game. Easily my least favorite of the 3, but I still love the game. It's really fun. Anyway, this fight's kind of insane, I'm not gonna lie. So it's pretty tough, in general, obviously he keeps his iconic clothesline attack, that is the Macho Man Super, of course it does. But then he gets a whole new special attack that has 3 different variants, and the way you tell what variant it's about to do is because there's a calling message on the right side of the screen, and it says exercise program A, B, or C. And you have to comprehend what each of those letters mean and prepare what to do and successfully pull it off in the span of 3 seconds. You do not get a lot of time to do that shit. And it feels so fun to avoid each of those attacks, that super attack. And just in general, you get no breathing room in this fight at all. He is on your ass 24/7. If you fumble even a little bit, recovering is so hard because once you try to recover from one attack, he's probably already hitting you with another attack and you're just getting fucked over again and again and again and again. This guy is ruthless, man. World Circuit champion for real. Coming in at Ocho, we got title defense Bald Bull from Wii. And man, this guy is a beast. He don't even go down when you counter his bull punch anymore. Or his bull charge anymore. You counter that shit, he don't go down. Because guess what? Just like Bald Bull 2 from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, you got to knock this sucker down with a star punch. Let me tell you, it's a lot harder to do it in this version than it was back in Mike Tyson's. Because he is an asshole in the title defense match, man. The way he delays his rolling jabs, dude, he will do that shit. Bro, he delays that shit forever sometimes. Then sometimes he does it really quick. He gets a new move. He's faster. He's a lot more aggressive. He's like attacking much more. You don't get as much like space in between like attacks. Like he is boom, 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 like constant. Star punches against him, you don't get them star punches anymore. Timing your star punches after his rolling jabs, I think it might be like a frame perfect timing. Like it's a goofy ass timing. Like good luck trying to learn the timing on that shit. But yeah, this is just everything a good title defense fight should be. It should add new moves, it should add a big new mechanic, and it should make existing moves much harder. And it does all those things to absolutely perfection. And I also like his new red trunks. That doesn't really matter at all, but I just think they contrast with his gloves, and I think they look nice on him. Up next at number 7, we got title defense Piston Hondo. And man, holy shit, this fight is a lot harder than his original one. So I hope you're ready because he's going to kick your ass. And what I love the most about this fight is you can just tell the sweat and hard work and tears and determination that this man is trying to go to win this fight. As the battle goes on, his hair gets more messed up and he just starts going insane. This dude's going Super Saiyan mode. He's screaming. He starts flip-flopping all over the arena like he did back in his second fight in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, where he switched to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, and then he appears with his uppercut, swapping back and forth, and I love getting a star punch from him when he does that. And his Piston Honda rush in this version, oh my god, dude, he is going at supersonic speed, dude. Like, you can literally see, like, his trail behind himself because he's just going so fast. It's absolutely insane. He is diabolically fast, but it is so fun, and it is so fluid, and the amount, like, the flow state you get into this fight, it feels so fucking good, and it is so fun, and I love just how much of an increase it is. Like, he was a good fighter in contender mode, but you know, he was still like the 5th fight in the game, so he's not nothing. But here, he is here to run. I'm sure there's a lot of fighters that could not get past Piston Hondo, and I don't blame him, because he's like, he's just he's mean. He's a big meanie. Coming in at number 6, we got title defense Soda Popinski. And if you thought Piston Honda was a meanie, this guy is a big, big, big meanie. I'm going to say it, besides Mike Tyson, this is the hardest fight in the entire series. This guy is literally a run-ender. Like, like, you just don't get to play the rest of the game once you get to him. I can guarantee you, like, I would say a good like 20 or 30% of players, once they got to this guy, they literally just couldn't finish the game. He is that hard. Like, he is literally like you put the game down and never play again. The second, like, when he gets up for the second time and you need to knock him down one more time, he is so fat, like unfairly fast. Like, if you don't memorize his attack patterns, he's just gonna fucking bend you over and have his way with you. And he will. Oh, he will. He's a sick fuck. He will. He's fucking sitting here doping up on drugs mid-fight, going absolutely insane. It's diabolical. And then the fact that every time he hits you, he resets his stun count. Oh my god. Get him off my screen. This is a fucking war criminal. He is an evil, evil, evil human. And now we're in the top 5, and we got Mr. Sandman from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. And this is the last Mike Tyson's Punch-Out fight on the list, so let's give it a hand. Let's give it a hand. Fantastic game, especially for the time. Top 3 NES game. Debatably number 1. My number 1 is Mario Bros. 3, but this is definitely in the conversation. No doubt about it. And this fight, it's simple, but it's real fun, man. All he does is he jabs and he hooks you. And then he hits you with the devastating, deadly combo, the Dreamland Express, which is just such a badass name, man. I know I got into his character, but his name is the Sandman. Could he put you to sleep? And his main attack is the Dreamland Express? Like, damn, that is an intimidating super move. And intimidating it is. That shit comes out of nowhere. He stands still for a couple seconds, and you're like, guys, what's going on here? And then bam, you're instantly in the fucking hospital. You can't breathe, your nose is broken, your ribs are shattered, and you're dead, and you'll never see your loved ones again. This guy is ruthless. And then even the way you do damage to him is kind of unique, like how you gotta hit him in the face, and then you gotta body blow, body blow, body blow. Very similar to King Hippo. And I just really love that interaction. It's just really cool. This fight's really fun, and it always has been my favorite. It's also really hard, too. I'd say that this is probably the hardest fight in the game. Obviously, besides Mike Tyson, clearly. But I definitely think he is harder than Macho Man, for sure. However, I still do think Macho Man does fit better as a final boss for the game. And here we are with the final four. These are the S-tier fights. These are the creme de la creme, I'm telling you. And coming in at number 4, ladies and gentlemen, we got title defense Great Tiger. First and foremost, before we talk about the fight itself, I love the aesthetic. White pants, white gloves, matches with the turban very well. Love that. Now, let's get into his actual attacks. All of his attacks are color-coded. Blue, green, white, and red. I love that. I love how each color correlates to an attack, and then when he does his color attack, you gotta remember the color combination because he teleports around, so you gotta remember blue, blue, green, blue. Like, you gotta remember some crazy combinations, and they start getting kind of long and tough. And then, not only does he get that one new thing, which if that was it, if that's all he would got, this would still be like a top 10 fight. But then he gets a second super move, and it like changes the whole arena. There's like a whole big force field clone thing going on. It's going fucking crazy. And this fight is so, oh my, it just flows together so good. That super attack is really hard to dodge, but that's not all. That's not all about that super attack. Not only is that super attack cool as shit, you can do an instant knockout. I'm not saying a knockdown. An instant knockout. Finish the fight in like 30 seconds strategy with it. This fight is peak. This fight is absolutely peak. I mean, what else can I say? This fight is fantastic. Coming in at the bronze place spot at number 3. Are you even really surprised? I had to show my boy DK some love. The only secret boss in the entire series. You gotta play Last Stand mode, and then you can encounter him as a secret encounter, and then you got him unlocked forever. And I mean, what can I say about this fight? It's fucking Donkey Kong. And then the way, my favorite thing, and the reason that this fight is so high, is because every single one of his attacks flows into another attack. So he literally has like infinite combos, it feels like, of all these different like combinations of his attacks. Like they just all flow together so buttery smooth, like just like timing his taunts, because he taunts you all the time, and if you time him right, you can get some star punches from him. And it feels so nice to time the star punch when he does this chest pump move where he tries to jump on you, and if you time it just right, you can knock him down with a star punch. Oh, I love timing that shit. That shit is so fun. And man, yeah, just this fight in general, this is the way each attack flows into each other. It's just so smooth. You can probably tell just by watching this gameplay footage right now, like just how they just flow into each other. And like, and then as the fight progressively goes on and you knock him down more and more, he starts doing like long ass tough combinations, and he's just got to enter like a second state of mind. You got to open your third eye in the flow state for this match. Coming at the silver place spot at number 2, we got our boy Contender, Mr. Sandman from Wii. And what can I say? He's the world champion. He's the final boss of the fucking game. And the crazy part is, he has no unique gimmicks. He doesn't do anything crazy or wild or insane. He doesn't cheat. He doesn't do anything. He's just a good-ass boxer. That's it. He just has skill. That's it. He's just intimidating. Like, the sounds his punches make... Like he has that weight to his name. He is the champion for a reason. He is the big bad boss for a reason, man. Like he is so intimidating. All of his attacks are so fun to avoid. Just like in Mike Tyson's version, you got to punch him in the face and then the ribs because he covers his face. He has the Dreamland Express, of course. He keeps taunting you. He goes, "Stand still," and then he clocks your ass. Oh my God, he is such a vicious final boss. He is so mean. He's fucking sitting here taunting you in between rounds. "You're that Mac, baby. It's bedtime. Tell your face to leave my fist alone." When he knocks you down, he starts snoring on you. And you ready for the craziest part? You want to know my favorite part about this fight? Glass Joe has an achievement where you beat him without blocking, ducking, or dodging a punch. And for Glass Joe, that makes sense because he's a bitch. But then this motherfucker has the same achievement, and you're thinking, what the fuck? How? And as you can see, he's only number 2 on this list. So what could be better than the final boss? A rematch against him, of course. Coming in at the gold place spot, number 1, we got title defense Sandman. And this takes everything Contender Sandman did and just amplifies it. He's pissed, he's angry, and he's here to fucking win. He gets Mike Tyson-based wink attacks where he hits these devastating uppercuts in the direction where he winks, so you got to pay attention to that weak. And if you miss it, your ass is losing half your health bar from one attack. This guy is a mean. And every time either you get knocked down or he gets knocked down, he adds another attack sequence to that. He starts off with 2, and then it turns into 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6, and sometimes he does the same side, so you got to watch out for the juke and jive. And then not only that, but he adds to his Dreamland Express if you try to cancel it before he does it. Oh my god. And then at the end of the fight, after you knock him down twice, when he gets up for the last and final time, he does like this fucking he just goes Super Saiyan. He goes phew, 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 phew. This man is ready to kill you. He wants you to die. He wants you to be Cinderella Man, and he wants to be Max Bear. This man is he wants you to die. He hates you. And the best part is when you finally dodge him, all these, after you dodge his final super rush at the very end, he lets his guard down because he's so tired, and you can just wail on his fucking face, get a nice free 3-star, and knock his bitch ass out to the ground and become the best goddamn boxer in the game. I want everyone to know who's watching this that you are important, you are valuable, and you are significant. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it and enjoyed playing these games my whole life. This is one of my favorite franchises. These games are so fun. I'll catch you guys next time for next week's video, but if not, then this is the drop off. Take care.